Hello. Welcome and/or welcome back to the Life and Other Luxuries podcast, the only podcast where I am. Hello. Hi. Clearly, you should be here too. This is episode 6, I believe, and it is a very special episode today because I officially qualify for the senior citizens discount. I am about to start drawing from my 401k. I will very soon be wearing tall white socks and New Balances, but not in a cool way. I very soon will be picking out nursing homes, writing my will, all of that, because today I am 27. I know. How does someone this sexy and delicious get to be such a big age? I don't know the answer to that, but here we are. Here we are, and Tiny Goose is asleep right beside me because quite frankly, she cannot hang. She's trying really hard, but she just can't. Anyways, today, oh, by the way, Ricky got me an iPad for my birthday, and it says Silly Goose on it and the little pencil thing, and it says Silly Goose on it, and I'm so happy and I love it so much, and so look how official I am. Ooh. Um Anyways, today I'm going to do the very cliche 27 things I learned in my 27 years. But first, I have to tell you guys something. You ever have like those super awkward moments that you literally think about as you're trying to go to sleep? Like you're laying in bed, you're so cozy, and you're drifting off, and why did I do that? I had one of those this weekend and I want to talk about it. So, I'm a bartender at a concert venue. We keep tabs open and it's like connected to their last name. And this guy had come up for the second time. The first time he come up, I had realized that his last name was spelt like keister, like butt. And I thought that was funny. And so when he's telling his friend, or he's telling my friend rather, who I'm bartending with, like, oh, this and this, and then he starts spelling his last name. He's like Kei, I don't know how it's spelled. And then I was like, is it pronounced like keister? And then he's like, yeah, it is. And then I kind of laughed a little bit, and I was like, oh, I thought, and thought so. That's why you spell it, huh? And he's like, yeah, well, I didn't choose it. And I was like, yeah. And he goes, I'm adopted. And I was like, oh, that's funny. And he just kinda, like, looks at me, and then I just kinda, like, look at him, and I'm like, "Well, no, not like it's funny that you're adopted. I mean, I'm glad you got adopted. I just meant your name, it sounds like butt." And he's like, "Okay, have a," and waves his Michelob Ultra at me dismissively, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I'm glad you got adopted, and I'm sure you got made fun of in middle school." And I'm sorry to bring it up now, and I don't think it's funny that you got adopted, but hey, it's better than like not being adopted, right? Like, what a win. Congratulations. So yeah, in conclusion, I told somebody that I thought it was funny that they got adopted. What the fuck is wrong with me? But so yeah, I'm pretty much I'm working on an episode for you guys of like awkward interactions because I swear I'm not the problem. I swear me, myself, I am like totally socially adept. I am, able to participate in adult conversation. I am not awkward. Okay, I'm not. But things always happen to me that are so awkward. And it's like at this point, I'm the common denominator. Okay, all these awkward things happen. And it's like I'm always there when it happens. And I'm starting to think maybe I am the problem. Maybe I am like really awkward. Who knows? But I'm working on that. So stay tuned for that because I'm just going to continue to embarrass myself on the internet for my 4 friends to see. That's good. So now, without further ado, I present to you the birthday special 27 things I learned in 27 years. Some of these are really sweet, some of these are really silly, and some of these are just fucking useful, okay? So, number 1, everyone is somebody's child. Like, literally, ever since I had a kid, I just, like, have seen the world differently, like and by that I mean, I feel like I've always been a pretty empathetic person and very, like, emotionally mature and adept, but just since having a child, I feel like it even more so. Like, anytime I see something like someone getting arrested or like someone embarrassing themselves in public or like just really anything, I feel so much worse for people and so much more empathy for people because I just keep thinking that that's someone's baby. That person was once a little baby who got held and their mom loved them, or maybe not, hopefully, maybe they're just adopted. And it makes me feel like so much more connected with other people and so much more like willing to hear people out and willing to like try harder to understand why people act the way they do instead of just like dismissing it as, oh, that guy's a douchebag or oh, this or that or oh, whatever. Like I feel so much more compassion and honestly, it's a lot. Like I'm so tired emotionally. Number 2 is that compliments are free, bitch. Compliments are free and they are an unlimited renewable resource. Use them. Like there is just always something positive to be said. And doesn't it just feel a little bit better if we can all find that? And doesn't it also feel really great when you get like a genuine compliment from a stranger? Not men, okay? No, I don't want, I no thank you. But like, have you ever been in a store and then like some passerby, some like nice lady just goes, "Oh, I love that color on you," and then just like keeps it fucking pushing, bitch. Ah! That is love. That is sisterhood. That is girlship. That is togetherness, and that is the kind of unity that we need in this world. Okay. Number 3, if you struggle, bitch, with crunchity, crispity ass rice, when you reheat the rice, you feel like, oh, I can't reheat it because it gets all nasty, gross. Wrong, bitch. You're doing it wrong. Number 3 is always put a wet paper towel over your rice when you reheat it. So that way, like the moisture from the wet paper towel goes into your rice and keeps it a nice, lovely, fluffy, delicious texture. Number 4 is a lesson, okay, that I had to learn like very, very recently, and that is to always keep a backup pair of underwear in your car. You honestly should probably keep a backup outfit or two in your car, like maybe like a last case, something you don't really want to wear, but you could wear if you had to. But let me tell you, and I didn't poop myself, okay? One of these lessons is not don't trust a fart, even though that, isn't what we're going to talk about right now. Moving on. This weekend, I was on the way to work and like, all right, I told y'all a few weeks ago that like my hemorrhoid situation is severe. And sometimes you got to let that shit breathe. You know what I'm saying? It just needs a little bit of space. Yeah, my butthole right now has an avoidant personality, like attachment style, and it needs a little bit of space. Okay. So I'm like going to work and I know that I'm going to wear like tiny little, how do I make this silent? I don't know how to work technology. I know that I'm gonna wear like tiny little shorts and a tiny little underwear, and my butthole's gonna go the whole night. So on the way to work, I wore like a sundress, like a flowy, let it breathe, let that shit air out kind of dress. And I always like bring my work bag and pack it full of everything and my outfits and my pump stuff. And then I'm like literally getting on the highway and I go, oh my fucking God, I forgot to bring underwear. And I cannot put my ripped apart, broken booty hole in these fucking denim shorts for 9 hours while I drop it low, girl, grabbing all these beers from this fucking cooler, bitch. I will lose it. I will simply not make it. And so I ended up stopping at this Target with my friends. Tell me why this Target looks like a post-apocalyptic world where the fucking underwear drawer situation has been completely picked over. Like I'm opening, all I need is a medium thong, bitch. That should be the easiest thing to find. That should be the most simple thing to find. I'm opening empty drawer, empty drawer, empty drawer, empty drawer. Panic sets in. I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? My butthole's going to break in half. I don't think I can handle it, Hannah. Oh my God, help me. We're like searching and we're finding a tiny little extra small one and a super hefty one. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so worst case scenario right now. We found one size small thong that ended up being stretchy enough that we could make it work. Okay. And thank God, because I was not going to make it. But so, yeah, said all that to say, you should be keeping a pair of underwear in your car because this time I forgot underwear. But what if something worse happens? What if I shit in them? What if, that's pretty much worst case scenario. There's nothing worse than that, right? What if you shit in your fucking pants in your car and you need more underwear? You do not want to be in that situation, okay? So, yeah, that was number 4. Number 5. Now, I'm not saying that I condone this, but I am saying that if you're going to do it, you got to do it right. When you are lying, you are not to give too much info too fast. You need to know the whole story, know the entirety of your story, but then don't just like and give the person you're lying to a novel. Wait until make it part of the conversation where you slowly add more details. That's number 6. This is very important, ladies. Never overline the edges of your lips. It just doesn't look right. It doesn't look natural. You overline in the middle and like the Cupid's bow portion of your lips. Draw right over that, right on the lip line over that, and then make the overline connect to the actual corner of your mouth. Otherwise, it just doesn't look natural and it doesn't look right. And trust me, I'm speaking from fucking experience, bitch. You will look like a silly little goldfish clown. And that is not the vibe. Number 7. This is a saying that I've heard, around, but it's so true. Never attribute to malice what can be attributed to ignorance. I feel like a lot of the times we assume that people are thinking the worst of us or doing shit on purpose or that people's intentions are negative. And I think that's a slippery slope to living in like a victim mentality and like a victim state of mind. So you have to be so careful not to do that. Because a lot of the times, quite frankly, it's not that people are evil, it's that people are fucking stupid. Like honestly, people are not as smart. Like you're giving them way too much fucking credit, okay? They're not that smart. They're not like an evil genius mastermind. They're just kind of dumb. Number 8. And number 8 is not a hard and fast rule, okay? I think there's a lot of exceptions to this, but an easy and good assumption for you to make is that if you tell your friend something, they are going to tell their boyfriend. Your friend's boyfriend knows a lot about you, okay? They know a lot. Your friend might not tell them everything. Anything that seems incriminating, anything that seems like that would make you a bad person for them to be hanging out with, probably they don't tell. Probably like sexual stuff, you're probably safe. But in general, I think you just got to know that your friend's man is going to know a lot more about you than you probably realize. And their mom. Don't tell anyone. In parentheses, doesn't include mom and boyfriend. I think that's the case. Number 9. And this shit took me fucking years, bitch. Years. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. Believe them the first time. Someone disrespects you, goes against you behind your back, does some shady, fucked up shit to you. That is them telling you who they are because talk is fucking cheap. And actions are the only real thing that matters. If someone shows you who they are, do not make them show you again and again and again and again, fucking beating a dead horse. Oh my God, dude. Believe them. This shit took me so long. So many times of me like being, oh, she's this and that. Like, I'm going to be friends with her, da 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 da, just to get burned again. Duh, bitch. She's already showed you. She's already showed you she's a shady motherfucker. Why are you doing this to yourself? Like, at this point, if someone shows you who they are, you choose not to believe them and you choose to continue your relationship with them, you choose to give them the trust that they've proven to you that they do not deserve, you are hurting your own feelings. This is no longer their fault. This is now your fault for being stupid. You have to believe them. And vice versa as well. People will show up for you in ways that you don't ask them to, and that is them showing you who they are, and you need to believe that as well. So, yeah. Anyways, got very passionate there. Number 10. Again, a nice, lovely little cliche, okay? I cannot just think of 27 independently formed thoughts. I don't have it in me. Number 10. Wait, yes. Number 10. Always trust your gut. I know that that sounds silly, but like this one specific story comes to mind for me when I think of this. One time, and this was like a couple years ago, I used to drive this like bright orange Camaro because I was like really, really cool, you know? And back when I was really, really cool, I pulled up to the Kroger, aka the club, and and I parked right by the like cart corral thing. And as I'm getting out of my car, I parked like pretty much like right where I always park, to be honest. But it was just like the very first one right by the cart corral. And I thought to myself that for some reason the carts were going to hit my car. But I didn't move my car because, well, they've never hit my car before. And it's not like a particularly windy day. And I'm just going to go in there and get this stuff. And I'm already parked and I'm already out of my car. I'm like, whatever. Just go. Tell me why, bitch. I come back and there is a fucking shopping cart that scraped like the biggest gash into the side of my Camaro. And I was like, wow, that is a lesson. You should have listened to yourself. You should have made a reasonable accommodation to not allow that situation that you foresaw and allowed it to happen. Like, I could have taken 2 fucking seconds to move my car and just parked, anywhere else, honestly. It was like 1 p.m. on a Tuesday. Like, it wasn't like popping at the fucking Kroger. Like, I could have definitely moved my car, but I didn't. And I paid for it. But that brings me to number 11, which is that everything always works out the way that it's supposed to. Because, honestly, I was not about to go pay to get this scratch taken out of my car. I was just like, well, there's a scratch in my car now. I mean, I don't know what to tell me. That's sucks to suck, you know? And then like a month later, I took my car to a car wash and it was one of the ones where like they were like fucking with the outside and the manager came up and was like, "Hey, um I'll buff this scratch out of your car if you leave us like a good review." And I was like, fucking immediately 1,000 times bet. This man, I don't know what kind of voodoo, hoodoo, black magic he performed, a seance, some santeria, something to this vehicle. But this giant gash in the car was just completely gone, back to normal, good as new. Bless that man and his skillful abilities, bitch. So yeah, everything always goes the way it's supposed to. And you know what? I'm sure that there are times in life where you've been disappointed and felt like, wow, that shit sucked. That did not go in my favor. And in those times, I like to think of all the like butterfly effect, what if type of moments. Like, okay, you didn't get the job you wanted. You got a different job, but you went to this job and you met someone who became your best friend. That was supposed to happen. You weren't supposed to have that other job. You showed up late to work, you overslept, but you don't know if there was going to be some giant accident or, something was going to happen to where you were going to get really hurt or worse if you had been on time. You just never know. So that's why I just also, even if it's not like, even if you did kind of fuck yourself over, it's a lot easier to digest when you just think that everything goes how it's supposed to. So that's just how I like to live my life personally. Number 12, and this is just a fucking life hack. Because if you're like me, bitch, okay, I'm the worst person. And by that, I mean, I, I've gotten a lot better about it now since having a baby. But before, oh my gosh, I'm the type of person that will have 17 alarms in the morning and not hear a single one of them. And everyone else in that house hates my guts, wishes me dead, can't stand me because they're sitting there listening to my alarms for hours and I'm just snoozing. Or if you're the type of person that you just like pick up your alarm and you snooze it like without thinking about it, that is your sign that number 12 is applicable to you, which is do not sleep with your phone right by your bed if you have trouble getting up in the morning. Sleep with your phone like a little bit further away. That way you have to like get up to go get your phone. And at that point, it's like you're already out of bed. Makes it a little bit easier. And sometimes, yeah, you still go back to bed, but it's like that movement in your body stops you from being in like as deep of a sleep and stops you from going back to sleep quite as fast. So you have another opportunity to ponder your decisions and decide if you really want to do this or not. Number 13, you are not depressed. Your house is just dirty, bitch. Pick it up. Pick it up. I literally cannot think if my house is dirty. Like, I can't form a thought or a sentence. I need to take some time and just get things straightened up. It makes you feel better, makes you feel like you have your life together, it makes you feel you look beautiful, richer, happier, everything. Okay, number 14 is something that I reminded myself of today on accident, which is do not be nice to men on the street. I listen, it sounds so obvious, but I was just trying to be neighborly, okay? Listen, I like go on my little hot mom walks in the mornings, right? And I'm like not looking any particular way. Like, I put on whatever amount of clothes is like appropriate for this suburban neighborhood I live in. And we just go on a walk, get the poop flowing, get the movement happening. Fucking, I'm just trying to be neighborly. I'm just trying to be like, hi. And there was like this dude with his windows rolled down. I'm like on my street, bitch. Like I'm in my neighborhood. I feel safe. And that was my first mistake. There was like a dude, and I'm, first of all, okay, by the way, I just moved to this neighborhood like a few months ago. Everyone here is so fucking nice. Like, the neighborhood is so sweet. Like, we know this neighbor and that neighbor and that neighbor, and like, everyone's like, oh my gosh, if you need anything, let us know this and this, that. Like, we're all homies, okay? It's a community over here. And so I thought I was safe. I know I never am nice to men on the street, but I just thought that this would be different. Okay. And there's a guy, I'm like approaching a stop sign, like, and a guy in his car has his windows rolled down. It's a nice day, casual, classic. And he's like approaching the stop sign, and I'm like right there. And I kind of give him a nice neighbor smile, a nice neighbor wave. And then he goes, oh, what a pretty little mommy. And I was like, ew. Ugh. And what else did he say? He's like, oh, you're really cute. By the way, this man is like 50 and fat and like balding. And not that there's anything wrong with being fat or balding, but like pick a struggle, bitch. And you're being weird. On top of that, no. And I didn't mean to react the way I did. But the second he goes, "Oh, what a pretty little mommy," I just go, "Ew, shut up." It just took me off guard. I wasn't ready. I was just trying to be neighborly. So yeah, don't be nice to men on the street, even if it's your street. Number 15, if it seems too good to be true, it is. Do not get scammed. Do not get played. No further commentary at this time. Number 16, and this is a life hack for the ladies, which I'm assuming is the entirety of the demographic of people who watch this podcast are women or gays, in which case, still applicable. Men like it better if they think it is their idea. I know it's giving blessed be the fruit, it's giving praised be, but quite frankly, men like things better if they think they are the ones who thought of it. So just plant it, water it, let it grow, bitch. Don't the there is a beauty in the artistry of womanhood in that we have you ever heard the saying that a good leader leads from the back? Like they don't need to be in the front of the line, everybody following them. Come on, come on. A good leader can direct and sway and manipulate from the back of the line. And that is what women have been doing for centuries. Men think they run the household, which is hilarious. Very cute. Very cute. And we let them. And you should let them. And especially if you're dealing with like older men, and I'm not talking just in the context of your really, I mean in general, with your bosses, with your whoever, any man in your life, let them think it's their idea. Plant the seed, water it, let it grow. That's it. Number 17. If your pot roast is coming out tough, you didn't cook her long enough. Listen, I know everyone's all into this Instapot, whatever bullshit. Put it in a crock pot. Let it sit there for hours. If she's tough, I mean, even though technically, yeah, the meat is done, but it just needs to be softer, just fucking keep it in there. Keep it cooking. Unless it's dry, then I don't know what you're doing, but I promise you, just cook the meat longer. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but cook the meat longer. Number 18, also cooking related. I think I was hungry when I got to this portion of the note making time. Potatoes will suck up the salt from things. Like if you make a soup and it's too salty, cut up a potato and throw it in there, and the salt will soak into the potato and like temper it down to where it's not like inedible. You're welcome. Thank me later. Number 19, and this is some serious fucking tea right here. Do not tell people about your plans, about what you're doing, about like the things you have in motion until they are actively going. Like, I used to not do this for so long. I loved to, it's natural. You get so excited. You want to tell people. You want to tell people about the things you're doing, about the things that excite you, about the moves that you're making in life. It's exciting. And you want the people you love to share in your excitement with you. But the problem is that they do. The problem is that people who love you will be so excited for you and they will praise you and be so happy for you. And it tricks your brain into thinking like you've already done the thing. It releases a similar amount of dopamine in the brain to where you feel like you've already done it. And it actually decreases your motivation to do the thing. So move in the shadows, tell them when it's happened. Number 20, if somebody wants to help you or do something for you, let them. My mom told me this years ago, and I always think about this because I'm the type of person that I feel guilty if someone wants to do something for me. I feel bad if people put themselves out on my behalf. And I always want to tell people, no, 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 don't do it, don't do it. And not allow anyone to help me, anyone to do anything to my benefit, because I feel bad. My mom said, when other people do something for you and offer to do something, you have to let them because that is their way of trying to bless you. And you should never do anything to block that. You should never do anything to, it's basically for them, is what she said. I feel like I'm not wording it right, but basically, she said that if someone's trying to do something for you, it helps them. It makes them feel happy. It makes them feel good. People want to help other people. It creates community. And so when you stop somebody from helping you and you block your own blessings, you're really blocking their blessings to themselves. You're blocking them and stopping them from that feel good feeling that everybody gets when they help someone that they love and care about. So if you have a hard time, like you don't want people to help you, let them because they're really helping themselves. It's creating a sense of purpose and love and togetherness and community that everybody craves and needs. So you have to let them help you. Number 22, and I'm going to really try not to cry when I say this because this is like the number one thing that people have been telling me since becoming a mom. Not in these words, but the sentiment is don't blink because time flies and things go so fast. Literally, yesterday, my daughter turned 4 months old, which is a relatively small amount of time. But it's crazy to think that 4 months and 2 days ago, she was not even born yet. And now she's so big and she's laughing and smiling and rolling over and interacting with things in the world and learning how to use her hands. And, everyone who's a parent I've spoken to says the exact same thing, which is that you need to enjoy it because it goes so fast. And I don't think that that sentiment should only be about parenthood. I think that's about life in general. Because I swear, 2 seconds ago, I was 5 years old and my mom was holding me while I pretended to be asleep on the couch, telling her friends about how she remembers when I was so small and now she can barely hold me that way. And things just go. Sorry, I'm like on my period, so I'm like literally so emotional, but things go so fast and you never know when it's going to be your last moment. And so it is your job, it is your duty, it is your obligation to yourself and to others to just take it in. Just take a moment to take it in. Get off your phone, live right here, right now, be present, and don't fucking blink because you're going to miss it. Oof. Number 23, reframe negativity with gratitude. I saw this reel the other day that I've been thinking about a lot because I think it's easy to be negative and to think of like everything is happening to you. And I think that's a slippery slope to just being unhappy. You can't feel happy and fulfilled and productive when you're stuck in this victim mentality, but truly that's a choice. And this reel was like, are you annoyed to do the dishes or are you blessed to have plates full of food to eat every day? Are you too tired to clean your house? Or are you so immensely blessed that you have a place to live, a place to lay your head at night, and a roof over your head when it rains, you don't get wet? Like, that is incredible. That is fucking beautiful. Is your car a piece of shit? Or do you have a way to get from A to B? Because not everybody does. And so everything really can be reframed with gratitude. And I think that that is something like a muscle you have to practice, and it gets easier with time, but it makes you a happier person. So just try it. 24. Be prepared like a motherfucking Girl Scout, bitch. Don't let yourself get stuck in the situation. Your phone's dead. You have no gas in your car. You need to be thinking a few steps ahead. Because not that we're existing in a world where the worst case scenario is what's going to happen, but things that you don't anticipate happening will happen. So you need to have a little bit of preparedness for that. I know impulsivity is fun, but you need to have like some sort of balance. Number 25, the golden rule really is the golden rule. Treat others how you want to be treated. I think that one goes without saying, but I mean, I feel like so many people are rude to other people, and I am only rude to men on the street, so I am better than you. Number 26, you're not ugly. You just need to do some self tanner. Okay. How many times have I been like not feeling myself? And then I'm like, oh, honestly, you're just pale. That's the problem. You need to get a little self tanner on. But this is a sentiment that can be applied to anything, not just about tanner, but you're not ugly. You just need to shave your legs. You're not ugly. You just need to do a little face mask. You just need to do something to care for yourself. And that leads me into lesson 27, which is that caring for yourself is sexy. Prioritizing yourself is sexy. It is important. You and your soul have to live inside of this body for the entirety of your life. So you have to take care of it. You have to feed it fruits and vegetables. You have to give it a little face mask. You have to give it a little spa treatment. You have to take it out, take it to the gym, work it out. You got to go and stretch it out, do some massages. You got to do all the things because it's important and you want to take care of yourself. And when you feel good, it is sexy. It's palpable. People can feel that difference in you versus when you don't take care of yourself. You don't feel good. You don't feel motivated. You don't feel like yourself. Anyways, I think that is all. Happy motherfucking birthday to me, bitch. I did it without crying mostly. Anyways, thank you so, so much for being here. If you're here with me till the end, please leave me a nasty fucking hate comment. I want to cry sad tears. Ugh, do your fucking worst, bitch. Or maybe not. Maybe you'll get shadow banned from YouTube. I don't know. Anyways, I love you. Bye.
Good morning, Booski Doodle, Booski Doodle. It's your birthday today, and I hope you have a happy birthday today. I love you, I can't wait to see you, and I'm screaming 'cause I'm excited. Woo!